Medical advancements often promise a future free from suffering, and in the 1980s, the Therac-25 stood as a beacon of this promise. Developed as a cutting-edge radiation therapy machine, it aimed to precisely target and eliminate cancerous cells, offering hope to countless patients. Its design incorporated sophisticated computer controls, moving beyond simpler, hardware-driven predecessors. This was touted as a significant leap forward, allowing for unprecedented flexibility and accuracy in treatment delivery. The device represented the forefront of medical technology, a marvel of engineering intended solely to extend and improve human life. Yet, beneath the veneer of advanced technology and promise, a silent, critical flaw lay hidden within the Therac-25's intricate software. This wasn't a mechanical failure, nor an operator error in the conventional sense. Instead, it was a subtle, almost imperceptible programming defect, a race condition that would transform a device meant to save lives into an instrument of profound harm. The shift from analog to digital control introduced a new class of vulnerabilities, where the very code intended to ensure safety could, under specific circumstances, become the vector for catastrophe. The unseen flaw awaited its deadly trigger. Between 1985 and 1987, a series of devastating accidents unfolded involving the Therac-25. Patients undergoing routine radiation treatments experienced excruciating pain, burns, and ultimately, in some cases, death. The initial responses often blamed operator error or mechanical malfunction, as the machine itself reported no errors. This was a critical misdirection. The device's self-diagnostics, built into the very software that contained the bug, were incapable of detecting the underlying problem. It was a terrifying scenario where the system designed to monitor safety was blind to its own fatal error, leaving operators and medical staff bewildered by the inexplicable injuries. At the heart of the Therac-25's malfunction was a particularly insidious type of software error known as a race condition. In essence, a race condition occurs when two or more operations in a system attempt to access or modify shared resources concurrently, and the final outcome depends on the precise, unpredictable order in which these operations complete. If one operation wins the race and executes before another, the system might behave correctly. If the other operation wins, the results can be catastrophic. It's a timing-dependent bug, incredibly difficult to detect through standard testing, as it only manifests under very specific, often rare, sequences of events. To understand the Therac-25's race condition, we must first grasp its operational modes. The machine could deliver radiation in two distinct ways, electron mode and X-ray mode. Electron mode delivered a lower energy beam, suitable for superficial treatments. X-ray mode required significantly higher energy, generated by striking a target with a much more powerful electron beam. To achieve X-ray mode, a critical component called a flattener had to be moved into the beam's path. This flattener diffused the X-ray beam, ensuring uniform dosage. Without it, the concentrated X-ray beam was dangerously potent. In the Therac-25, the software was designed to manage this critical transition between modes and ensure the flattener was correctly positioned for X-ray treatments. Crucially, older models of radiation machines often incorporated physical, hardware-based interlocks. These were independent safety mechanisms, such as mechanical switches, that would physically prevent the machine from operating in X-ray mode if the flattener wasn't in place. The Therac-25, however, explicitly removed these hardware interlocks, placing the entire burden of safety on its software. This design decision was a catastrophic oversight. The specific race condition in the Therac-25 was triggered by a sequence of rapid operator inputs. If an operator mistakenly selected X-ray mode, and then quickly corrected it to electron mode within a very short time frame, just a few seconds, a timing window opened. The software's internal flag, indicating X-ray mode was active, would be set. But before the physical flattener could actually move into place, or before the software fully registered the change to electron mode, the system would begin delivering the high-energy X-ray beam. It was attempting to deliver an X-ray dose in electron mode, without the necessary flattener. Imagine this: the machine, believing it's preparing for a low-energy electron treatment, fires a high-energy X-ray beam. Because the software failed to properly synchronize the beam energy with the physical presence of the flattener, the X-ray target was hit, but the flattener was not in position. The result was an unattenuated, highly concentrated X-ray beam, delivering hundreds of times the intended radiation dose. The machine's internal monitors, still thinking it was in electron mode, didn't flag an overdose, as the actual output was far beyond their expected range for that mode. Let's visualize this with a simplified flowchart. In a correctly functioning X-ray sequence, the operator selects X-ray mode. The software then commands the flattener to move into the beam path. Only once a sensor confirms the flattener is in position does the software authorize the beam to activate. This sequential process ensures safety. Each step is checked, and dependencies are respected. This ideal flow prevents the beam from firing without the necessary safety components. It's a clean, logical progression, ensuring patient safety through ordered execution. Now, let's trace the fatal race condition path. The operator initially selects X-ray mode, then quickly changes it to electron mode. Because of the software's flawed handling of concurrent operations, the system sets an internal X-ray flag before the flattener has a chance to move. Crucially, the software then proceeds to activate the beam without waiting for flattener confirmation, as its internal logic now believes it's in electron mode, or rather, has become confused by the rapid input. The high-energy beam fires, but the flattener is absent. This timing anomaly circumvents all intended safety checks. This brings us back to the critical design decision, the removal of hardware interlocks. Had physical interlocks been present, they would have acted as an independent, fail-safe layer of protection. A mechanical switch would literally prevent the X-ray beam from activating if the flattener was not physically detected in its correct position, regardless of what the software was doing. The Therac-25's engineers, confident in their advanced software, mistakenly believed the code alone could manage all safety aspects. This over-reliance on software proved disastrous. It eliminated a crucial redundant safety layer. The Therac-25 tragedy stands as a stark lesson in the principle of defense in depth. This engineering philosophy advocates for multiple, independent layers of protection to guard against failure. If one layer fails, another should catch it. In medical devices, this typically means a combination of software checks, hardware interlocks, and human oversight. The Therac-25 violated this fundamental principle by consolidating safety into a single, vulnerable software layer. It was a single point of failure that, once exploited, had no backup, leading directly to patient harm. The Therac-25 incidents forcefully demonstrated that even highly sophisticated software cannot be assumed to be flawless, especially in safety-critical applications. The complexity of concurrent programming, where multiple threads of execution can interact in unpredictable ways, makes exhaustive testing incredibly challenging. The confidence placed in the Therac-25 software was misplaced, leading to a profound underestimation of the risks. Software reliability is not an abstract concept, it is a tangible requirement that, if not met, can have devastating real-world consequences, far beyond mere system crashes. Race conditions are notoriously difficult to test for. They often reside in edge cases, unusual, rarely occurring scenarios that combine specific timing, user input, and system states. Conventional testing methodologies might easily miss them, as testers would have to replicate the exact, rapid sequence of keystrokes that triggered the Therac-25 bug. The sheer number of possible input sequences and timing variations in complex software makes comprehensive testing practically impossible. This underscores the need for design principles that anticipate and mitigate even unforeseen software errors. The Therac-25 accidents led to significant changes in the regulation and development of medical devices. Regulatory bodies like the FDA tightened their requirements for software validation and verification in safety-critical systems. The focus shifted from merely testing software to a more rigorous process encompassing design, development, and post-market surveillance. It became clear that software in such devices required the same, if not greater, scrutiny as mechanical and electrical components. The tragedy forced an industry-wide re-evaluation of how digital systems are designed, reviewed, and approved for patient use. Beyond the technical bug, the Therac-25 case also highlighted critical human factors. Operators often reported malfunction 54 errors, cryptic messages that provided little useful information. When machines repeatedly failed in inexplicable ways, and patients reported severe symptoms, their concerns were initially dismissed. This erosion of trust between human operators and the machine, coupled with inadequate error reporting, delayed the identification of the true problem. It served as a stark reminder that even with advanced systems, clear communication, intuitive interfaces, and trust are paramount for effective incident response. The Therac-25 case raised profound ethical questions for engineers, manufacturers, and regulators. What level of risk is acceptable in life-saving technology? Who bears responsibility when complex systems fail? The imperative to prioritize patients' safety above all else became painfully clear. The pursuit of innovation must be balanced with an unwavering commitment to thoroughness, redundancy, and a deep understanding of potential failure modes. This isn't just about technical proficiency, it's about the moral obligation to protect those who place their trust in medical science and technology. While the Therac-25 was a medical device, the lessons from its failure resonate across all safety-critical systems. From aircraft control to nuclear power plants, autonomous vehicles, and financial trading platforms, the dangers of race conditions, over-reliance on software, and the absence of defense in-depth remain relevant. Every system where human life or significant value is at stake demands the most rigorous design, testing, and implementation, incorporating multiple layers of independent safeguards. The principles uncovered in this tragedy continue to shape best practices in every high-stakes industry globally. The Therac-25 incidents remain one of the most studied and cited cases in software engineering and medical device safety. It's a sobering narrative that serves as a perpetual reminder of the immense responsibility inherent in developing technology that interacts directly with human lives. The machine itself is long retired, but its legacy endures as a powerful, often uncomfortable, case study. It forced engineers and policymakers to confront the inherent fallibility of even the most brilliantly conceived software and the catastrophic consequences when safeguards are neglected or removed. Today, the focus on software reliability, robust testing, and defense in-depth is more critical than ever. As artificial intelligence and increasingly complex algorithms integrate into every facet of our lives, the lessons from the Therac-25 must not be forgotten. It's a call to humility in design, a commitment to rigorous verification, and an understanding that technology, while powerful, is only as safe as its weakest link. Building trust in medical devices, and indeed all critical systems, means acknowledging potential failures and building resilient systems that can withstand them.